Oh my gosh. Hello my friends and welcome to another edition of the Nintendo News Roundup. A lot of news to get through this week, so I'm just gonna jump right on into it. So Nintendo announced a new amiibo coming to commemorate Skyward Sword HD. It is Zelda and Loftwing. And Nintendo has this weird habit of announcing something that should just be cool and giving us a reason to not just be happy about it. It seems that in Skyward Sword HD, they are introducing a new quality of life feature that allows you to instantaneously move between the sky and the overworld, but they are locking this feature behind the Zelda and Loftwing amiibo. It has been confirmed this is the only way to do this. I have nothing to say about this because you can bet your bippy it's getting its own video. It's because it's not just about this. It's something that's been happening over the years and now it's finally just kind of a little bit too far. So yeah, there'll be a video coming about that. I will say, the one thing I'll say is, I mean, it's probably obvious, but gross. Come on. Oh, Yoshiller made that whole thing that one time. Hey, let's use it again. This is a segment called Come On! That's it though, that's all I'm doing with it. Next story, Nintendo announced 5 new Nintendo Switch Online games, at least in terms of, I don't know the quality of the games. For all I know, these games are great, but as far as like recognizability goes, probably the most unknown, obscure games yet. Not even a single title I've ever even heard of before. So, what's new with that? Just so few titles left that everyone is really looking forward to. Just so few, and every single time we have to wait 3 months or whatever for another batch to just not get them. It's a thing, but okay, moving on. Let's swing things a little more positive here. Nintendo posted a new trailer for Mario Golf Super Rush, and it looks really good. I am approaching this game with cautious optimism. Mario Tennis Aces kind of burned me, so I am not 100% sure yet, but I don't know. Based on this trailer, it looks really good. I'm actually kind of excited. I've never played Mario Golf before. Not super into the idea, but I am intrigued enough by what I am seeing here to want to give it a try. And there's a bunch of cool characters. Charge and Chuck. When can you play as Charge and Chuck? That's just cool. That game comes out in about a month, so that's pretty darn exciting. The Epic versus Apple case is, of course, still going on, and even more interesting documents have come to light, one of which Nintendo had to, they redact a bunch of it. They said, we don't want everybody seeing all this stuff, but this document references competitively sensitive information about negotiations between Nintendo and Microsoft. This obviously pertains to the idea of Game Pass on Switch. It seems as though this means that at some point they were at least talking about it. That doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that does mean that there are documents showing that there were at least negotiations about it. That easily could mean that it is going to happen. I'm still pretty doubtful. I don't think it will. But that means they at least talked about it, which makes it a juicy enough thing to put here on the roundup. More evidence has arisen pointing to Samus being in Fortnite in the future, and this time it was not a, court document or whatever, but instead a Fortnite comic. In one image, we can see the silhouette of someone that looks an awful lot like Samus, and then the writer, Christos Gage, mentioned how specifically this comic was supposed to be the reveal of Deathstroke, and that, quote, there will be some other characters showing up too. So this was a comic specifically for revealing characters, and is that a little teaser for Samus? That sure seems pretty darn likely. I'd say the sketches from the court case, that seemed like it might have been a thing they wanted, but didn't necessarily happen. This, though, is a pretty darn good teaser. I still got my fingers crossed. I would love it if Samus was in Fortnite. It'd be weird. Be weird seeing her holding a normal gun or whatever, but I still want it. She needs that exposure. So here's one of those things that's always existed, but just, someone on the internet kind of brings it up and everybody realizes nobody knew it was a thing. Apparently, the Wii U had the ability to burn discs. Like if you had the right kind of DVD player writer and the right kind of writable discs, just burn like eShop games and stuff onto a disc, and you would still need the drive to run the games, but you could do it. The Wii U could burn discs, which I suppose would be an alternative to other forms of external storage, technically. So here's a little video here from a YouTube channel. You can check that out. Japanese Nintendo YouTube channel has posted a new overview trailer for Game Builder Garage. I don't know why this was just in Japanese. Could be that the English version is coming soon or whatever. So if you're looking for even more information on Game Builder Garage and what it can do and all that, then you can check out this cool little trailer here. It's looking pretty darn neat. Another new Animal Crossing glitch has kind of gone mainstream or whatever. It's a glitch that allows people to clip through objects, and people have wasted no time using this to just take a lot of really cool pictures, because now you can actually like get into the hot tub and just kind of get close to objects and interact with them in a way that you can't normally. And so people are taking these excellent pictures. Really makes you wonder, why can't we get in the hot tubs again? Why can't we get it? Just there's a lot of things here. You have to wonder why Nintendo doesn't do that themselves so people can have these photo opportunities or whatever. There's a really fine chance that Nintendo will, patch this out eventually. But maybe it'll be like the camera thing where they take an exploit and they realize that people want this feature, so they turn it into a real feature. I don't really know. This one seems a little less likely, but it is frustrating that people have to exploit glitches in order to take the pictures they want with Animal Crossing. But, whatever. Another bit of Animal Crossing stuff, a little bit of a rumor here. Apparently, people were data mining the patch notes. You can data mine patch notes? I didn't know that. I thought they were just notes. I don't really know, but apparently people have found some sort of slight allusion to adjustments to the camera and specifically the southern shoreline of the island, sort of suggesting that maybe in the future there will be an update to the size of the island or just something to the southern shoreline. Maybe, some people have speculated maybe a dedicated swimming area or something, but this is one of those things that could easily be nothing or just referencing a different thing entirely. So we don't really know, but, any kind of change to the southern shoreline and any kind of expansion would definitely be cool. We got the usual string of Pokemon news. Katy Perry finally released that collab song that they've been teasing for months now. It is called Electric, and there you go. It's Katy Perry and a Pikachu, and you can, if you like Katy Perry songs or whatever, you can go listen to that at your leisure. Not right now, though. We're doing a roundup right now. You save it for later. The website Fandom Spot has started a service that is specifically designed to match people who are looking for specific rare Pokemon cards with people who are willing to do the work to hunt down those cards for them. And they don't really do anything. I don't even think they take a cut or anything. It's just about hooking these people together to try to get people the cards that they want, which, like, when you first say it out loud, it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then you think, like, isn't this just a way to hire scalpers? Isn't this just a way to, like, hire people to go and, like, camp the McDonald's and stuff for you? I don't really know. So it's kind of interesting, but also kind of, like, scary that it's that serious. And indeed, it is getting serious. The demand for Pokemon cards is skyrocketing so much, people are starting to get violent at stores. Target has pulled Pokemon cards off of their shelves for the time being. Probably not a permanent change, but at least at the moment, they're just like, no, please don't come here to buy Pokemon cards. We're not selling them. You can still buy them online on the Target store and all that stuff, but they can't sell them in the store anymore, which is weird and sad at the same time. But wow, I don't know. Are my Pokemon cards worth? I got a bunch of, like, the base set, the first. I don't have any first editions or anything, but I got a whole complete base set. Is that worth something? These cards are going crazy right now. I had 3 Charizards. That's always going to be my finest achievement. Lost one, though. I think someone stole it. Anyway, quite a while ago, the Pokemon Company put out a new kind of show, I suppose you could call it, on YouTube called Poketunes. They released a video, an animated video about video. It's called a cartoon. It's a cartoon on the YouTube. It is a video, but calling it a video is weird. Whatever. Off to a good start today. Scraggy and Mimikyu. It was a whole thing. It was like Looney Tunes style. It was really charming and really nice. They said this was going to be a thing. For some reason, it's been a long time. I don't know, maybe pandemic or whatever. They just haven't been able to make another one. But they finally have. This one is about Pancham. A little disappointing. It's not nearly as fun to watch. Like the other one had that classic cartoons, golden era cartoon style. This one is kind of it's very basic, it's very plain, but at the same time, it's a lot longer. So that's kind of cool. And last bit of Pokemon news, the Pokemon Company, they just like anything they can do to promote Pokemon. I mean, like, we already know what Pokemon is, but they just, any random thing they can come up with. And this time, it was getting famous soccer players or football players to see how many, like, I guess it's called a kick-up, where you, like, you know, you keep the ball up in the air. I didn't know that. Shows how much I know. While pulling Pokemon cards, like opening packs of Pokemon cards and showing them off while kicking a ball. That's Pokemon Company's latest thing. All right, more power to them. Moving on, in a pretty silly bit of news, the Switch has now gotten the Switch eShop has a calculator app. And for whatever reason, everybody decided to turn it into a big fat meme, and everybody is going on Metacritic and everywhere and leaving glowing reviews of this overpriced Switch calculator. It's funny, I guess. People have finally caught on and started to go on and review bomb it to kind of bring down the, it was at like 100% for a while. It's a little lower now, but still filled with glowing reviews. I'm sure the creator is quite happy about that. In Walsall, not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Walsall, UK, it's a town, and the city council has decided to install some new planters in like the town square. And it seems that these things are very, very large and very much resemble warp pipes from Mario. And everybody in the town is really mad because they look, you know what, I read the news before I saw the pictures, and I'm like, what's so wrong with the warp pipes? And then you look, and they're like huge. They do look pretty bad, don't they? They look pretty darn bad. So everybody's like, we look like a Mario Brothers town, which, like, on paper, those words don't sound like a bad thing, but apparently everybody's pretty upset about it. Koei Tecmo does the the Musou Warriors games, and the president of Koei Tecmo was asked what kind of what property he wanted to see, you know, combined with Warriors in the same way we've had Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors, that kind of thing. And he said he wanted Mario Warriors. And I think that's a good answer. I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't think it quite fits with Mario's thing. Mechanically, it could definitely happen. I don't think it will. However, I think I agree with him. That's a good pick. I would love to see that. Fireflower Mario going like berserk on like 100 Goombas. That would be rad. Sometime back, the folks over at Kirby, at you know Kirby, it's the company that makes Kirby. That's not true at all. But basically, the Kirby devs were teasing the next Kirby project, saying that they wanted it to be the pinnacle of Kirby games. Well, right now they are back with even more fun little teasers for Kirby. Star Allies director Shinyu Kumizaki has said, and now, finally, we can move on to the next phase. I still try to think new things at work every day, talking with my colleagues about where to take the Kirby series next. Together with them, even if only to please a single fan, we're planning for the next stage of our future. The team is a culmination of the best aspects of the Kirby franchise, and we hope you'll look forward to what we have coming next. It's getting pretty exciting, I gotta say. I mean, like, you can never get your hopes up completely. We don't know what it means, but the way they're hyping it up, it seems basically guaranteed, confirmed, that whatever it is, whether or not people will like it, it's gonna be something kind of big, or at least something pretty darn new, something pretty different. And not, I mean, it doesn't just sound like, you know, a new mechanic, you know, Robobot, you got robots. It sounds like something pretty darn, I don't know, especially when you consider Star Allies was a lot of fan service, you know, it was a very big, I don't know, just like fan-pleasing thing, bringing back all the characters, so I could easily see the next one being like a new, like, reboot kind of thing, pushing it into new direction, but that's the whole thing. Maybe we'll talk about that more later, because that's pretty fun. When Nintendo announced their new partnership with Niantic, you know, many of us, myself included, wondered what that meant for their relationship with DeNA, which was their previous mobile partnership. It seemed like it was probably over, because most of the games that DeNA made with Nintendo didn't end up being really big sellers, you know, big successes, whereas Niantic was doing really great, Pokemon Go and all that. But apparently, they are still doing something with Nintendo. The company released a statement saying, "We do not have any additional information to share at this time, but we continue to have a good relationship. There has been no change to this important relationship. We will continue to make use of our strengths and make the good relationship with Nintendo even better going forward." So, if anything, that at least sounds like it means DeNA and Nintendo are still working on things together, presumably more mobile stuff, so I don't know, that's interesting, I guess. Now Nintendo has DeNA and Niantic. It's a double team, double trouble working on mobile games. All right. Furukawa did an investor Q&A and gave a few statements, some of which are kind of clarifying things that were said in the big investor meeting financial report thing. We talked about how Nintendo spent the most they've ever spent on R&D, close to $1 billion just in R&D. And he kind of clarified, and I'm still not 100%. I mean, it sounds like this does include game development itself. I was not exactly clear if this was only developing new concepts, new hardware, new software, not necessarily games. What he says, it kind of sounds like software. But the gist of what he's saying in this statement is basically games have gotten more expensive to make. Every single generation, they get more and more expensive to make. So that does make a lot of sense. Naturally, you're going to spend more developing these games, but you're also making more on these games, so that's good. Apparently, 20% of Switches sold, I believe in the last fiscal year, were sold to homes that already owned a Switch. And I'm sure Nintendo is happy about that, because even pretty darn early in the Switch's life, they specifically said, we really want to sell multiple Switches, per household. And I would say they're doing a very fine job of that. I'm sure the the Switch Lite has helped out a lot. 20% of new Switches sold. People, households that already had a Switch. I'd say that's pretty darn impressive. And that amount is sure to only go up. Here's an intensely painful story. Apparently in Japan, they're selling Korok merchandise. I love Koroks. I adore Koroks. I love them. I think they're so cute and they're so fun. And apparently in Japan, I'm going to have to try to get my hands on some of these. I know it's going to cost a bunch of money to get them shipped and imported and all that stuff, but Korok stuff. Oh, look at it. It's just adorable. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's some very sort of Switch-related news, I suppose, and I don't care. I just personally don't care in the slightest at all, but apparently Kane really cares, so here's Kane with a thing.
Hey everyone, I've been awake for about 10 minutes, but I had to do a video because Arlo just said in this roundup that he doesn't care about Zombies Ate My Neighbours. He's not that interested in the news about it coming to the Switch. Well, I'm interested in the news. I'm over the moon about this. I am absolutely over the moon. Zombies Ate My Neighbours is one of my favourite games of all time. I've been very vocal on my Twitter for years now about it getting remastered or ported or brought to NSO or anything. It really seemed like it would never happen because although I care about Zombies Ate My Neighbours and Arlo doesn't, apparently, I always thought, how many people even care about this game? Is there even a community for it? Is this just a thing that I want but no one else really cares about? I guess there must be a community for it because it is happening. It's coming to the Switch with Ghoul Patrol, which is pretty cool, and it feels surreal that it's even happening. I can't believe it. I already have it pre-ordered. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm very excited. Counting down the days. And that's all I have to say about that. I just wanted to make sure that the game got some love, and I am the editor for all those videos, but I didn't edit this video. Yoshiller did, so give praise to Yoshiller. Give him a round of applause for editing these roundups, not me. Just because I'm in this video, I didn't edit this video. Gotta make that clear. Give credit to Yoshiller, not me. Back to the video. Bye!
Finally, a small handful of fan stories. The creator of Twitter Plays Pokemon has now created Discord Plays Pokemon. And this is, a bot in this in Discord that allows people to input commands, and it, they vote for what they want the command to be. You can watch it played out. It's a whole thing. Everybody's playing together. And right now, Discord is playing Pokemon Emerald. So check it out if you think that is good, silly fun. YouTuber Millennium Loops, back when Diamond and Pearl remakes were first revealed, kind of gave us like a little mock-up teaser trailer of what the remakes could look like. And now it seems that this person has made just a more in-depth, kind of bigger trailer, showing off more areas and more Pokemon and stuff. It looks pretty cool. I mean, it's not perfect. Some of the animations are kind of stiff or whatever, but the environments look really good. It's not supposed to be a perfect thing. It's just I know there's a lot of people that get up in arms about it and think that people are unreasonable, or it's just fun. It's just a fun thing. And it's okay to be disappointed with the minimalist direction that the Diamond and Pearl remakes are going with. And so we get to see what it could have potentially looked like. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's fun. A lot of artists have gotten together to create a project called Pokemon Redrawn. And this is cool because you'll see these collaboration projects, it's usually like animated or something. They'll take like a movie and different artists will get like a different, you know, Shrek retold, that kind of thing. But this is at least the first time that I have seen this happening with a game. A bunch of artists have come together to create their own new unique pixel art for Pokemon. They're all getting together to redraw the Johto and Kanto regions, and it's delightful. You can go to the website, you can kind of zoom in on all the different spots, and this isn't a game. It's really just, it seems more like an art project than anything, just to kind of see how people redo the environments and the Pokemon, and it's really delightful. I love pixel art. It's beautiful, so definitely check that out. And finally, best story of the week. I've been waiting for this. So a Mario 64 speedrunner has set it up so he can play Mario 64 with his drums, his drum set, control it fully with the drum set, and not only that, but doing an actual speed run of the 70-star run, and with his drum. It's not even like that awkward of a setup. He's got it down to a science here. He plays this game with his drums better than vastly better than I can play with a controller. And I just thought that was great. It's better than anything else that happened this week. Playing Mario 64 with a drum. It's amazing. That's it for the news roundup. That was a lot of stories. That took a lot of time. So I guess I gotta wrap this up. Thank you for watching. I love you. Goodbye.